yeah, here goes nothing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'd like to announce the winner of the SBC t-shirt, and your name is Joy Heisler. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, reach out to us via Facebook or Instagram, and I'll get you hooked up. So today we're going to continue working on this Fireball rebuild. I'm going to get everything connected up, and hopefully we can try to kick this bike over. So yeah, let's do it. First thing we're going to do is put the selector box back on. There's a gasket that you have to install. It goes this way. There's a little kind of cut out here, and it's a 90 there, so like that. We're going to go and put some grease on it, both sides. This helps with actually sealing. So let me see here. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, that's that. So you guys don't know how a selector box works. I'm going to go over that real quick. Pretty much when you pull the other cable by turning the shifter, it moves this disc. So there's 5 notches on the disc. This notch right here is first gear. This little notch here is neutral. This is second gear, third gear, and fourth gear. So when you go and put this on, there's an arm here with this little, I don't know what this is, but I guess tab that goes into this notch here in the selector rod. So you may have to actually go past fourth gear to get that to line up like this. Okay, once it's actually come on, it's actually in, you can put it back into fourth gear. We gotta make sure the holes are lined up. Let me see here. Yep, like that. Okay, so that's good. You can shift the little disc here until it goes to the right gear, all the way until it meets up with the case, just like that. Come over here, mess with the shifter a little bit. Yep. That's that. I got new hardware here. M7, 2 lock washers. And these cables look pretty new, so I'm gonna leave them alone. And, I'll adjust if it's not right. So that's that. You don't have to kill it, just snug is good enough. So yeah, that's how the selector box goes back on. These cables are way too long. I'm going to cut them just so they fit under the cover later on. Next up, we'll put the exhaust back on. Alright, so I've got the exhaust back on. For some strange reason, the clip of me putting it back on was really shaky. So it's pretty simple. You just kind of just push the pipe back into the exhaust port on the cylinder, and then on the other side, this part goes over the swing arm, and then this bolt goes through. You just tighten those 2 bolts, and yeah, the exhaust is good to go. You do have to remove the wheel to put the exhaust on. I totally forgot. I put the wheel, I had to take it off, install the exhaust, and then put it back on. So yeah, don't forget, put the exhaust on before putting on the wheel. Alright, next up we're going to put the carb box in. Make sure you give this thing a good clean. This is actually where the oil travels from the pump down into the case. So make sure this passageway is clean. And also the surfaces, make sure those are clean. Alright, so it's got some gaskets. The gasket under the carb box and also over the carb box. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Coat these in some light grease, both sides, to help sealing. Install this base gasket first. There you go. Alright, so you see I've got the base gasket for the carb box in already. So here's the carb box. There's also another gasket here that the carb sits on. So when you go and put the carb in, I like to do it all together. So it makes my life easier. So the carb goes in like this. The little slide arm goes there. And this is the oil, this is the arm for the oil pump. So make sure that's all together. And when you actually put it in there, the throttle cable will go into here, and your choke cable will go right here. So yeah, put it all together like this. That way it's a little easier to go back in. Make sure you see the two studs coming out of the case. Go through the two holes in the carb and the box. Make sure this is sitting flat. Yep, like that. If it's not sitting flat, that means the oil pump drive is not lined up with the gear in the oil pump. So you may have to kick the motor over a couple times to get it to line up and sit flat. So pay attention to that. Once it's in, you got these two nuts. One here. One here. So it's two nuts and two washers and two lock washers. This 11mm nut. Okay. All you gotta do is snug these. You don't have to kill it over tightening, and you might actually warp the carb box or the carb. So snug is perfectly fine. That. Okay. So like I said, the choke, this is a choke cable. This goes into this hole right here. And that hooks onto that hook there. Throttle cable I need to replace. It's actually broken, so I'll do that later. Next up, I'll hook up the wiring temporarily, and we'll see if we can fire this thing up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the junction box back in. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I hid some of the slack back in the case because too much wiring in here will make it hard to get the cover back on. So I'm gonna try to see. Come on, what's going on here? Oh, you know what? There you go. That. Okay. That. Yeah, that's good. Cool. All right. This back up. I got some of it hooked up already. Got this one hooked up to the coil. The junction box ones are like, or go here. Actually forgot to put the grommets back on here, but I'll do that later. So should look something like this. Something like that. Got the neutral connector already plugged in the bottom here. Sorry about the noise. Got the ground going to the case right here. Yeah, this is just temporary. I'm going to clean all this stuff up once I get the motor all completely back together. This is the actual wire for the motor. It's there. Sorry, I meant the starter motor, not the motor. All right. You see I got my battery all filled up with acid over there and also charged up. So we'll put that in. We'll see if this thing will turn over. Okay, before I try to fire this thing up, I'm gonna put some gear oil in it, because if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna remember later. So I'll go ahead and replace the gasket on the drain plug. Actually, there's a crush washer. Little paper gasket on there, and put this back on. We'll fill it with oil before we try to start it. That's 11. Let me see. 11's right here. It's good. So this is where you fill it. That little flathead bolt right there. It's like that. Okay, so the oil I'm going to use is non-detergent 30 weight. Apparently this stuff keeps the sludge off the sidewalls and whatever in the gearbox, and brings it all to the bottom. So yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that's the reason why they say use non-detergent. Anyway, so I got this little squeeze bottle, and I've already put some in it, and I'll just keep filling it till it spills. Fill till it spills. All right, there you go. Start to spill. So now, you know, it's full. Let that drip out for a second, and I'll put the cap back on. Yeah, so that's good. So, cap back on. Okay, gearbox is full of oil. All right, now I'm gonna reconnect the battery, and then we'll hook up some fuel to this thing and see if it turns over. All right, so you got the battery over here all charged up, ready to go. Got a new battery strap. Go. All right, now we'll hook this thing up, see what happens. Cool. Alright, so before I start this thing, I got the choke hooked back up. See, it's this little wire here up against that hook. And when you pull the choke lever, it pulls the choke out and holds it out. I got a new spark plug in it. My coil wire is hooked up. And I also have fuel hooked up to this thing. My little test bottle here. It's running premix, obviously, because it doesn't have an oil tank in it. So, yeah, we'll see if this thing starts. So I just tried to start it, and it did not want to start. So I looked into the carb opening, and fuel was just dumping into the crankcase. So I think it was flooded. I took the float out, and I looked at the old needle, and it looks a little worn out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it, and then we'll try again. All right, before I try to start it again, clear some of the fuel out of there. Spark plug back in. All right. if fuel is still dumping into the crankcase when I turn the fuel on. Looks better. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, let me turn the fuel on and then key on. I think you have to hold the brake to start, but yeah, here goes nothing. Wow, okay. She runs. That's awesome. I've never had a electric start before that, so that's a pretty nice actually. But yeah, all right. Well, in the next video, I guess I'll go ahead and button everything up. Get the fuel tank back in, oil tank back in, get everything primed up, and looking all nice and neat. And then yeah, and we'll take it out for a test drive. But yeah, that's all the time I have for this thing tonight, guys. Again, if you've enjoyed these videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I can see the YouTube analytics, and 63% of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed, so you might as well just hit the subscribe button and help me out. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.